TV. I just tried to do a transmission and played it back, and the sound quality was terrible. So I'm going to try and do it again. Not quite as nice backdrop, but never mind. I do try my best to get you some interesting backdrops. So let me see, what did I touch on in the video then? So I spoke about the panel show, which I watched with Dunks, Mick, Johnny, Mark, Stewart and Etienne, and I thought that was good. Dunks is becoming a really polished panel show presenter. I know how much time and effort goes into these things, so appreciate everything that Dunks does for the game world. He's become a real valuable sort of member of everything, really, sort of the glue that's holding it together. And I think he's got a good personality that he can sort of give people space and time to answer questions and not try and dominate. I myself have got a very can be overbearing personality at times. That's just who I am. It's my personality, and I get caught up in the emotion and the passion of it all, and not a suitable host, which I always kind of knew, but no one else at the time was doing them. But looking back, I think Dunks is a far better host than I am, although I'll probably every now and then I'll go on as a guest just to give my input in. But when I was always doing them, I almost forgot that I was recording them, and I was just being myself. So if I was coming across as a twat, it was because I am. But it was just, although it sounds strange, but when you're actually recording it, you forget halfway through it. Well, I am anyway, and I am completely myself, and you're caught up in what's going on. And in SM and certain game modes that you care about, for me anyway, there are certain things that would wind me up, and I'd want to get my point across. But certainly Dunks as a panel host is more professional, calm, and sort of can allow, I suppose, the spotlight to be on the guest more. Mark's always someone who's worth listening to because he's one of the best managers in SM. And in the case of Etienne, that was interesting for me because it's a new guy, face to the name. And I personally, I enjoy having managers from all over the world. A couple of years ago, I don't game world of 80 guys from Kings Lynn or Milton Keynes, or I want the idea of a truly global game world, a real community of football lovers from all different parts of the world with different backgrounds, different religions, different race, creed, different lives, but this one common denominator, football. That was my whole idea, and then it sort of glues everyone together like a real community, and it's very interesting. So I believe Etienne's from Malta, which is a lovely part of the world, and it would be good to get lots of you, wherever you are based around the world, on. I find it interesting. And obviously Mick and Johnny are a good double act, and to be fair to them, they talk a lot of sense. I don't agree with everything they say, but they make some good points. Are two proper people. You'd want to probably meet them for a beer, Mick and Johnny. So that was the panel show, and then I watched a prediction show with Ian and Dunks, and Ian said some nice kind words, and really in that, because he does an awful lot for Game Worlds and is a very invaluable member of the community. Although I disagree with his prediction on Dundee and Motherwell. He predicted Dundee to beat Motherwell 3-0, and I cannot see that for the life of me. If you offer me a point right now, I'll take it for tonight's match. They've got a good manager in Paul Crowther and a strong team, if you offer me a point, I'll take it. That'd be 7 points from 3 games, and could be a loss tonight. Wasn't sure how to play that one, actually. I've got to admit, I tinkered around with the formation, tinkered around with the tactics, because they kind of match us. And if I was the away team, I would know what to do, but as the home team, it could be one of those where you're caught between a rock and a hard place. This is the kind of game I've lost many times in SM before. So if I log on later on and discover Dundee have got stuffed, I will not be surprised. But that being said, I'll be gutted. Right, that leads us on to what I was going to talk about earlier in my other videos. Because of the nature of my job, I'm busy at certain parts of the year, and then I'm less busy at certain parts of the year. And at Christmas time, I'm less busy. I have holiday. And lo and behold, I created a couple of game worlds, which probably shouldn't have done, but I get these ideas. But what I've worked out is, because I'll I'm on 9, and in the summer with this big blockbuster coming up, that'll be 10, and that's too many. 10 is a reasonable number for a lot of you, or a lot of people in SM, but then when you break it down and analyse the actual game worlds you're in and what they require, some of them are the equivalent of 5, 6, 7 game worlds. TFSL is, on its own, is enough, to be honest. It's a monster. So what I've decided to do is I've identified 4 game worlds that I can let go. Not that I want to, they're all good game worlds, but that I'll let go. I've let 2 of the owners know, and the other 2 don't have an owner. And I'll stay until the summer. I'll leave the teams in good shape, and then I'll vacate, and I'll be on 6 game worlds. That will be my absolute limit. And 3 of those 6 are full on. It's up to you guys how many game worlds you do. Only you know your constraints regarding work, family, life. But I do feel with less is more, and I do feel that the more of these game worlds that you personally are in, the harder you're making it for yourself. So anyone coming up with new ideas between now and the summer, and they ask you to join a game world, my advice would be to say no, but that's obviously completely up to you. And certainly anyone thinking of creating game worlds between now and the summer, you're going to find it difficult to fill, I think, because it's catered for anyway. But between now and the summer, I think really we should all kind of be chilling out a bit. It'd be quite stressful if you start taking on these game worlds, and the reason is, you know, it's all very well signing up to all these game worlds, but these are top game worlds, and if you've got any pride about you want to do well in them. And you need to be on the ball. You need to be on the ball in terms of tactics, picking your team. You know, hear it time and again that somebody had a cup match and forgot, and this can happen. And the more and more game worlds you're in, the more chances that's going to happen. You need to be on the ball in terms of the market all the time to gain any advantage I can for my team in any way I can. As you all know, I'm messaging people out of the blue, trying to sort deals out. I'm not trying to rip people off because people are not stupid and can see through all that. So I try and arrange deals that are mutually benefit, and if they're not, I'm not going to try and bullshit people because people see through all that. But I'm a chancer, and I'll try it, and if there's a deal to be had, I'm up for it. And sometimes a deal might favour slightly the other guy, and I'll do it, and hope that they remember that and come back to me in future, and likewise in return. If someone does me a turn, I'll remember that. And I think that if you try and screw people over in these game worlds, you're making life difficult forever and a day for yourself, which is going to bring me on to Hammer in a minute. So I really believe that in the idea of a community, it is a community, and so you've got to have a bit about you, and you've got to behave yourself, or show a bit of class, because people don't forget. So come to Dundee if you want to transfer. Now Hammer left this week. A lot of people might have been surprised. I'm surprised they're surprised. First and foremost, Hammer the person he's got a good heart. He's a good soul. I don't know the difficulties and whatnot in his private life, and I'm not going to speculate. But there's a good heart there. He's not a bad person. So that's the person. That's the human being. But then if we take the SM side of it now, so we take out the personal side of it and we just concentrate on SM and Hammer the manager in SM. Just going to present you some facts. He quit Nottingham Forest, ironically because he had an argument with me, and he just quit in a huff because I'd gone one over a squad cap by mistake and apologised and taken a month's ban. This was when I was Crusaders boss. But for some reason he got his knickers in a twist and quit. Even though ironically he in TFF had done the same thing but times 100, much worse. So he quit Nottingham Forest, then he comes back. He apologises, he comes back. Now he's quit again. The week he took Kilmarnock, I believe he expressed interest in another job. But James could shed more light on that. He quit a team that I had in MW, one of my game modes. He left it 5 million in debt. Was not happy. Having quit TFSL, he's quit Palmtree. Having begged, I didn't really want Hammer in Palmtree in the beginning, but he begged me. When there was an opening, he begged me, okay, give him a chance to be quit. He said, Rob, I've not been very active in Palmtree, I want to quit. So that all being said, I said, look, I think it's best you leave Land of the Giants as well, mate, and we just make a clean break. And I know he's not very happy, and he's a bit upset, and at the moment he's not receiving messages from me on Facebook, but and that's a shame. But I've got to make a stand. I can't treat one person differently to anybody else. So for me, he won't be invited back to any of my customers. Being nasty or trying to be hard or tough or whatever, that's just a fact. I cannot see for the life of me James taking him back into maybe some less competitive game worlds. These game worlds that we're in now are highly competitive. Managers know their stuff, and find all your players, and you can't do much for a few weeks, because that's really ultimately what he likes to do. He likes to buy lots of players, like a kid in a sweetie shop. That's his big fix. And as soon as he's bought all his players and they're all TB'd, he's either looking to change clubs or he's joining another game world where he can do the same. So he's continuously got transfer activity going on. You know, he quit all his teams about 4 weeks ago. He's now up to 38. And previously he was into the 60s. I don't see how you can be in all of these teams, run them properly, and be part of top game worlds where you've got to contribute to the other side of it as well. It's just not possible. The inevitable is that eventually you neglect an awful lot of teams, and unfortunately that will be the legacy that I'll take from him and his contribution in SM. He's done great things socially, he did great things with TFFF, and he was the man who, into the YouTube stuff, he was the catalyst of it all. So Hammer deserves a lot of praise for that, and won the hearts of a lot of people, and upset people as well at the same time, but was a big personality. But times have moved on, and I really think that hi guys, hope you can hear me. Right, back work, sorry. So in terms of Hammer, I don't think Hammer is TFSL, and he won't be back in any of my customs. Honestly, I don't think he'll be in the big summer blockbuster either. He's kind of cooked his own goose there, but I wish him all the best. Nothing personal, nothing bad to say him about as a man, and so that's really it, really, in a nutshell. Hopefully we see more of you on the panel shows, and I know that a lot of you are reluctant to do so. Is it not an option that some of you could do an audio if you're frightened of going on camera? Game worlds, I personally think people should be looking at cutting back. It sounds cheeky of me to tell people what to do, and it's none of my business, but just my advice, because it's what I'm doing. If you want to be competitive and you want to give yourself the best chance, I truly think less is more. And I think a lot of you agree with that anyway, but I don't want to come across as I'm telling you what to do, but that is just how I'm seeing it. Big sort of plaudits to the guys that are doing all the shows at the moment, and Dunks especially. Thanks and goodbye to Hammer. I suppose, you know, I understand that him and James ended it all very classily and nicely, so there's no animosity there. I'm not angry with Hammer at all. I just hope he's going to be okay and all right in life, but he won't be coming back to any of my customs. And the big summer blockbuster that's coming out is going to be 100% video, and we've already identified about 70 people that we want, and we've got a time span of about 6 months to get the remaining people over the line. It's going to be 100% video. Managers of each club are going to be allocated a club. They're not going to ask for a club. We're going to tell them what club they're getting based on where we think they should go, and they're going to do a video at the start of the season, outline their objectives, their goals, and there's many other twists and features that are going to make this game really unique, but I'm not going to go into that right now. I think Dunks, Ricky and I will bring out a video around April time, and where we can sort of cross the T's and dot the I's, but for now that's all you're getting, and we want people in an in. It's going to be an amazing game world. You're going to have to trust me on that, and but we want people committed, and it's going to be full on. So I've planned to drop 4 game worlds in preparation for this one, just to give you an idea. Wish you all the best in your result tonight, and by the way, Dundee have been having a fire sale, so if you want to come and speak to me about any transfers, you might need a little squad player or something, I'm online, so let's sort out a deal. I'm very easy to deal with. Right. Cheers, guys. All the best.